Good morning, Alta Realty Group agents. This is Kevin Lauren, and today we're going to be going over Google Chrome and extensions and just ways in general to streamline your business and help you out a little bit. Today we're joined by Bill Seitz, our liaison from Clearview Mortgage. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Kevin. How are we doing today?
Fantastic. And let me bring Travis Breton on the line as well. Travis, good morning. How are you today?
Doing great. How you doing?
Fantastic. All right, perfect. So first of all, Bill, give us a little update on what's going on in the mortgage land.
Yeah, I'll start here from sunny Southern California. I think it's going to be the hottest day of the year. It feels like it might be that way today.
Yeah.
Going on 9 o'clock, and it feels like it could be
105.
it feels that way today. I'm not sure if everyone else is having that same the same weather, but it's definitely feeling it's going to be a scorcher today. So stay cool out there, everyone.
That's right.
Real quick, I just want to thank Don Kearney for referring Jared. I think Galeotto to the webinar. Jared, if you're on the webinar, welcome. We're always enjoy having new agents come aboard and seeing what Alta Realty Group's all about and some of the things that we talk about on our Wednesday webinar. And so we're super excited to have you. So if you're here, welcome. And so Kevin, let's pull up that 10-year treasury. As most of you guys know, we do like to touch base on this really quick every week just to keep everyone in tune with what's going on in the market. Really, it's been very, very flat. If you even look at that graph right there, just from basically early June, you can see the fall off towards the back end of May. It really dropped, and then it stayed relatively flat. And there's just been some probably max 15 basis point movements, but every time it goes up, it's been coming back down. So it's really a flat environment for mortgage rates. So it's come down quite a bit since last fall, and that's excellent news for buyers and people who are looking to refinance. So that is a good sign there. And there is news of rates being reduced by the Federal Reserve here. I believe their meeting's coming up very soon, and they are talking about reducing interest rates. So that will be interesting to see as well.
Absolutely. And just really interesting to look at this graph and just see how it's just been bottoming out and kind of, just as you said, kind of coming up, coming down a little bit. Really kind of flat though over the last month and a half. So
sure.
good news for us as real estate agents, of course.
Absolutely. I want to just really quick, before you get started, Kevin, also just touch base on the importance of the pre-approval. A lot of times we overlook this step as realtors, and it sounds like it's common sense. It sounds like it's a no-brainer, but to really do it accurately, to get a really solid pre-approval and get the conviction from the lender, like myself or the team here at Clearview, to have that confidence going into your negotiations or going into whatever you're trying to accomplish for your clientele is huge. We're averaging 18 days from submission to clear to close. The national average is right around 35 days. So we're actually, operating at almost half of what the national average is as far as submitting the loan and then actually getting it completely approved with the appraisal and saying, yes, you're clear to close the loan now. So we have a very good, efficient process over here. But what I do see from time to time, as I see agents are a little bit sloppy and they're trying to write offers without the pre-approval fully done, or they're not, they're kind of asking for the pre-approval before the client has submitted all their documentation. And what happens is it puts us in a bad spot because, of course, we want to help you. We want to do everything we can to get you the sale or get you into escrow, which we will do extensively. But what happens is when there's holes in the process or holes in the pre-approval, and maybe we don't have everything, maybe we don't have the final pay stub, maybe we don't have the proof of the assets or whatever it is, it can create a challenge for us. Now all of a sudden the agent's writing offers, you got the acceptance, the other agent maybe didn't scrutinize you as much as they should have. Now we're in escrow and now we're kind of working backwards, and we don't like to do that. We like to be right up front. We know to be, let you know exactly what we're working with, and makes the process so much easier. Makes it easier for you, makes it easier for us, and it makes it easier on the client. And, at the end of the day, that's really what needs to happen. So just a little reminder there. Just wanted to kind of touch base on that. It's just, from our perspective, it's very important.
No, that's massive, Bill. And most of the things that we really talk about, I think our overall theme is, how do we streamline our businesses? How do we not waste time? And that's a lot of what we're going to talk about today. But it goes back to everything that we do, and wasting time, and not pushing your clients to get that pre-approval and being able to explain to them how important it is. It's massive, because you could go through a lot of time, a lot of effort, and then have things fall apart when it didn't have to, or you could have been much more prepared. So really good stuff, Bill. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and not only that, it's just how much stronger are you if you can tell the listing agent you can close in 20 days? So,
yeah.
If you're going to write your offer and say we can close in 20 days, well, now you have a competitive advantage in your, in your space as far as making offers. If they have 3 offers on the table and they're all 30, 45 to escrows, and you're saying, hey, we can close in 20 days confidently, they're going to take a hard look at you, and they're going to really consider your offer, maybe even if it's a little bit less than some of the other offers. So it does make a difference.
And when you're the listing agent and you've got a buyer and you've got an agent that's presenting you with an offer, and they've got pre-approvals and they're ready to close in 18 days, you want to take that guy too.
Absolutely. So,
right?
Absolutely. So thank you, Kevin. You and Travis take away, and I'll be listening intently.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Don Kearney says, great stuff, Bill. Most important info. For sure, bud. Appreciate that, Don. So without further ado, so what Travis and I, and what a lot of people that are, I would say digitally savvy do, is we use Google Chrome. So Google Chrome, and Google Chrome is the browser that I'm using here, and you can see Google Chrome, it just makes things really easy for us, and it makes things, it allows us to streamline things. So you'll notice this is my Google Chrome browser specifically for Alta Realty Group. So I've also got a personal Google, Chrome browser where I've got all my personal stuff, my financial things, and really, I'm talking about the, favorited pages and bookmarks. And so I've always got my bookmarks readily accessible. So when I need to pull up my agent marketing, I've got it right there. When I need to pull up my home value leads, I've got it right here. I'm not looking for things. I'm not typing anything in. It streamlines what I do. Open up a new browser, and I've got to get into the back end of the ARG website. I've got it all ready to go. So really, really, it's something that is I've been using for years and years and years, and I know Travis has done it as well. And it makes things extremely, extremely easy for us. So when you run out of bookmarks to the top, this little icon right here, you click that, and now I've got all the other bookmarks that are important to me. And so you can really keep track, and I know my Google Chrome really well. I know exactly where all these things are. And so I'm not guessing. I know how to access all this stuff really, really quickly. And Travis, I know you work the same way, right?
Yeah, I do work the same way.
Yeah,
you kind of need to. I get tired of searching for websites.
Well, all of us, we've got so much going on, and if you're searching for websites or you don't know what you're doing, it's adding time to your day. And all of us, we need to take control of our day, not let the day take control of us. So just little things like this they're really, really easy for us. So if you don't have a Google Chrome extension, and generally these are connected to a Gmail account. So if you have a Gmail account, what you do is you click on this little icon up in the upper right corner, and you can create your own. I can exit my current Chrome, and these are the other Chromes that I've got. So I can log into any one of these Chrome browsers at any time, and I know exactly where I am. So I've actually completely kicked out of my Chrome, so let me go back in there. But whoops, that's not Chrome. Sorry guys, that's not Chrome. This is Chrome. So when I get back to my Chrome browser, everything's still there. It's super easy for me to navigate. And so if you guys don't have a current Chrome browser, go ahead and just, go to Google, go up to this upper right-hand corner and sign in with your Gmail. And once you're signed in with your Gmail, you can see exactly what's going on with all of your browser stuff. So
Kevin,
yes, sir.
for those that are using Mac, is there a difference for
There,
Mac versus PC?
no, there really isn't. All Macs, the default browser is Safari, but you are able to, you can download Chrome, you can download Firefox. So you can absolutely have a Chrome browser on a Mac. And I urge agents to do that, even if they are using Macs, because just these extensions that we're about to go into, as well as having everything ready at your fingertips, really, really cool stuff. And of course, Safari, you can have bookmarks and all that kind of stuff. So that's not really unique to Chrome at all. But these extensions, see this upper right-hand corner, these little guys right here, these are our extensions. Okay, so this is where kind of the magic happens. Same kind of thing as we're doing various things on the internet, and we want to be able to do whatever we want to do with that page. We've got these Chrome extensions. So the first one I'm going to go through is, and one that I use quite a bit, is this Hootsuite. So Hootsuite is it's a social media platform that allows you to connect your social media. And so if you want to be able to post something to multiple social media accounts, you can do that. So if I get into my Facebook here and I want to go ahead and post something through Hootsuite, I just go ahead and click that Hootsuite. Brings up my Hootsuite. Well, I got to sign in here real quick. And now I can go ahead and I can post this particular page, if this was the page that I wanted, and you can do this on any website that you're on currently. You can post this right now, and you can select which network you want to post it to. So I've got my Alta Realty Group Facebook, I've got my Alta Realty Group Instagram, I've got my LinkedIn. So you can auto post, or you can post later, or you can post now. So that's a really easy one, guys. Hootsuite, simple. And then HubSpot is one that Travis uses quite a bit. Travis, why don't you tell us about the HubSpot extension for Chrome?
So HubSpot's pretty cool. I mean, it does a lot of extra things. I actually joined up with HubSpot a long time ago. So I don't know if my account's a little different. I just use it mainly. They just added like a really nice CRM and another thing to it, but I use it for email tracking, which is pretty nice because basically you can send a tracked or an untracked email. So basically, if I send an offer off through the tracked email, it'll send me a little notification when it's been opened and the time that it's been opened. And I can call agents out when they say they haven't received my offer. So, or, hey, I didn't get that email, this and that, and I can kind of say, yeah, well, you opened it on time. So, and I can also, if I'm sending something out to a client or something like that, and I see that it hasn't been opened yet, I can follow up with them and say, hey, just want to make sure you did get my email, and so forth.
Very, very cool. And just saving time. And, you're not chasing emails, you're not looking through, things, you have a centralized spot where you can pull it up and see what's going on, right?
Yep.
So
in
another
our
one,
line of business, it's kind of good to have the emails tracked for certain business things. So time stamped and things like that. So.
For sure. So another one that I use that's, occasionally you've talked to a client, you get the email wrong or something like that, and you're like, shoot, I really don't want to call this client back and re-ask for the email or whatever it is. So there's a nice little app called Hunter, and Hunter will allow you to put in the domain of that company and search for domains of the company and pull up all of the different emails that are associated with that domain. And so you could go through and check it out and say, oh, okay, easy deal. And boom, you can get their email address. So it's a great way to search for email addresses. So that's one that I use pretty frequently. It's called Hunter. There's the little icon up there. Then, of course, DocuSign. DocuSign, everybody should have the DocuSign uh, uh, extension, as well as the DocuSign um, add-on or the DocuSign uh, mobile version. So both of those things are really important. Let me just log in real quick.
What's cool about the add-on here, if you have a DocuSign account, is let's say you get a document across your email that you need to sign, rather than downloading it to your computer and logging into your DocuSign account and then signing it, then uploading the document to the DocuSign account. You can just open up the add-on, the Chrome add-on, and it'll take whatever PDF is on the page you're on, which would be your email, and it'll throw it into that little account or into your DocuSign account. You could go right into signing it. There's no downloading it back and forth. So that'll save space on your computer and a lot of time. It's actually one of my favorites because I do have a DocuSign account. So I use that one quite often.
For sure. So I know a lot of the agents use DocuSign. Of course, SkySlope has its own digital version of DocuSign, digital document signing thing. So that also works really well. I don't think that they have an extension, and I know that they don't have a mobile app, but still really good and still obviously needs to be utilized. And I know a lot of the agents are using the free platform with SkySlope, and that works too.
Yeah.
But DocuSign is something that we use as well, and just again really easy to make things a little bit nicer. And then there's another one called Buffer. Let me just pull up Buffer. And also, not a bad idea to do a Google search for, this is kind of a fun thing, just say Google Chrome extensions for real estate. And you can go through there, and there's a lot of different information on what other realtors are using as far as these Google Chrome extensions. And so it's a really good idea to go through these, kind of figure out what would help you in your business and how you can streamline yourself. And so that's something that I think all agents need to do, is just see what other kinds of extensions are out there. We're going through kind of the top ones that Travis and I like, but certainly there are a ton of other extensions out there that really can do a lot of good for you. So Buffer is pretty cool because this is a good way to share content. It's kind of like Hootsuite. Some of the agents that I've been talking to are liking Buffer better. You can manage your social media there. You can kick out things to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, all in one spot. So Buffer is a really, really good one as well. And here's my little Buffer icon up here. Not bad. And then some agents have been telling me that they're using the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which honestly I have not been experimenting with, but I think it's something that should definitely be experimented with if you're using LinkedIn and you're connecting with other agents and other professionals with LinkedIn. So that's a good one. And let's see, another one that was on your
list. The Sales Navigator does. What the Sales Navigator does is, in your email, basically, if you have an email pulled up from somewhere, you just received an email, it gives you their LinkedIn profile to the side of the email, and from there you can send an email, you can go to their LinkedIn profile page, you can get their phone number, you can call them straight from your computer, so on and so forth. So it's kind of a cool way, especially if you're working with new clients and stuff, to connect with the people that you're working with through LinkedIn, which is a good place to connect with them on a business level.
For sure. And another one that I think you use pretty frequently, I've been just experimenting with it, is Grammarly. And so Grammarly, allows you to, it's basically, what did you say? It's like a spell check on steroids.
Spell check on, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So that's a great.
We're all typing fast here, so it kind of backs you up a little bit and makes you look smarter than you are, I guess.
Exactly. I need all the help I can get, Travis.
Yeah.
No, so another, just a good way to streamline, so you're not, going back in. It's just, an easy Chrome add-on to add to your you know, your overall Chrome. One other one that I use is the Facebook Pixel Helper. And so the Facebook Pixel Helper, you know, allows me to manage my Facebook pixels. And the Facebook pixels are what we use to track our Facebook advertisements. So when we do the Facebook ads, we want to know, you know, who's opening it up, what kind of browsers, when, you know, all the different information about, you know, who's looking at our stuff. And so the Facebook Pixel Helper does allow us to, you know, to see all that kind of stuff. You can instantly view the analytics and see exactly what's going on with your Facebook. So really cool stuff. That's one that I think everybody should kind of take a look at it for sure, is using that one. And
yeah, if you're doing some lead gen, yeah,
for sure with the lead gen. And then Pocket. Now Pocket is not one that I've used. Travis, what's Pocket?
Basically, if you're coming across articles, you know, if whatever your homepage is, and you're scrolling through stuff, and you find articles you like, but you want to read them later, kind of thing, you can kind of store them into the Pocket and then go there and see everything, kind of all at once. So I know, like, you know, for me in the morning, I'll usually just see what's going on in the world real quick, see if there's any headlining articles, things like that, things going on in the business. I don't necessarily have time to read it at that moment, so I could just store it rather than trying to find that article again later.
So that basically emails you a link to that article. Is that correct?
Yeah, it stores it into the, and it stores it in the Pocket too, so you can go through. After you read it, you can delete them, you know, so that you keep that clean too, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Or and then I'm sure there's a spot where you can just, you know, keep it in there and save it if it's something that's relevant and you want to, you know, access later, correct?
Yeah, later on. Yep.
Okay, not bad. And so, first of all, I know a lot of the people on this call don't use Chrome and they haven't set this up. So I really want to invite everybody to schedule a one-on-one appointment with me, a screen share appointment. And so we can go through this and we can set this up exactly to your business, what your, you know, expertise is. You know, I want everybody to have access to their, you know, a mortgage calculator instantly. You know, you got to have the tools. So even when you're on the phone with a client, you can, and this is what, you know, Travis and I, and even Tim Mano as well, we do this stuff all the time. We'll be on a phone with a client, and we're on our computer, we're pulling stuff up, and it's all at you know, just one click of the mouse, most of the things that we're pulling up. So it's just, you know, a way for us to not waste time and to have information ready while we're on a phone call with a client or with anybody that we're speaking with. So these are the little things that just help us to manage our day properly. And, you know, we'd all like to work a little bit less, not harder, a little smarter, right? And so this is a great way to assist us in that regard. So I'd like to pull it up with a little question and answers. Does anybody have any questions, any specific questions about any of the particular add-ons that we've gone over? So I don't see any in the chat, but don't hesitate to throw those open.
I have two more that one I'm not necessarily using because I have a iPhone, but if you're running an Android, one that I hear a lot of agents using that use Androids is Mighty Text. And basically what it does is it syncs up your text from your phone over to your computer and allows you to send text messages and things like that through your computer. And I believe you can do a mass text from there as well. I'd have to look at the site on that one, but I believe that's what they're mostly using it for, is like a bulk text for marketing purposes. So that's one to check out if you're really into, you know, text marketing and things like that.
Yeah. So if you're using an Android, this is a really, really good way to be able to send texts and emails from your computer and have everything synced. Of course, if you use an iPhone and you have a Mac, it syncs it together and it all does that for you, right?
Yeah, but I don't think I don't believe that you can sync it with a iPhone is
Yeah,
the issue.
you actually can.
You
Oh, you
can?
mean only if you're using a Mac.
Yes.
Yeah, Mac. If you're using a Mac and you have an iPhone, no problem. You can sync those. The emails come through. The text messages come through at the same time on your desktop as they do on the phone.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's one really good thing about Macs. I do not use a Mac. My assistant Courtney does, and so she's kind of our in-house Mac specialist. So we've got all the bases covered there.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
so
don't use
those,
a Mac either. I use a PC, but I have an iPhone. So,
me too.
yeah.
Which I like that situation, but
Yeah.
my assistant is constantly berating me for my use of PCs.
Yeah, I know. I get the same thing.
Right.
So, and then the other one is kind of a high level one. It's called vidIQ. And if you're doing a lot of YouTube videos or adding a lot of YouTube videos, this is kind of a cool little sneaky thing to check out your competition. Basically, if you're trying to get a video ranked for a certain search term within YouTube, you can go to that search term, see what the top ranking videos are, and basically view what their tags are. Um, so, I mean, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. You can just kind of use the same tags and really start competing with those high level videos.
Love that. So that goes back to our webinar, I think 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
We were talking about hashtags and the importance of using hashtags. So this is a great way to spy on your competition and basically see, what are the top guys doing? What hashtags are they using? What copy is in their, in their posts of their videos and all that great stuff that we know helps get more views for our videos.
Yep.
So a great way to, like Travis said, don't reinvent the wheel. Let's streamline our efforts. Let's, spend less time doing these things and let's do things that are effective. So great way to do that, Travis. Really, really appreciate you bringing that one up. And that's something that I'm going to just start using. You just put it out there for me and I said, oh, shoot, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start using that. And guys, again, don't get too overwhelmed with all this stuff. There are so many of these add-ons, so much of this stuff. Go through, spend a small amount of time using the ones that are particular to you and, that you think that will help you. And then, of course, you can always bounce things off of Travis and I and say, hey, what do you think about this one? What do you think about that one? And we're always, glad to offer our assistance there.
Yep.
So, Bill, do you have any takeaways from today's Google Chrome webinar?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few. Some weeks are more than others, right?
Sure.
I do like Google Chrome for having that as your home base. I think that is a very good feature to have, that efficiency of having the website. I know I do this all the time. I'm constantly clicking into investors or banks or whatever. Probably should just have them all put up into that menu bar. So that is going to be helpful for myself. So it can be applied to anything, right? It can be applied to anything that you do for work, whether it's real estate, mortgage, or anything that we could be possibly doing to earn a living. I really like the tracking offers and emails that Travis mentioned. I think that is really important. And as Travis said, you can actually call somebody out if they're actually playing games or, are not being upfront with us. And not that most people aren't. Most people do, play the game the right way, but there are those agents that like to be a little sneaky. So, it's also good to know that, what's the efficiency of our emails that are going out, right? So if we're doing newsletters, if we're doing different types of communications with our customer base or our friends and family or our sphere of influence, it's kind of nice to know what's impactful and what's not, what's working, what's not working. I think you can find that out through the open rate, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the other one that you mentioned, Travis, was Pocket. Was that the one?
Yes.
Yep.
I like that one because I do as you know, Kevin, I do a weekly mortgage newsletter to everyone within the company, as most of you have probably seen. I also send it out to my own sphere of influence, and I send it out to all the agents I've come across over the years that I have in a database. So that's an interesting one because now I can look at and save articles or things that I might want to talk about down the road, or if it's really relevant, I can put that into something this week or next week, right?
For sure.
And I do like the vidIQ as well, because I think if you are into video, which most of us should be doing some sort of video, I do like the fact that you can basically just copy somebody, someone who's having success, and basically duplicate it, right? We don't have to get all, we don't have to feel like it has to be originally ours all the time, right? We can duplicate success and not feel like we have to do all this super hard work when it's working for somebody. And maybe it's an agent out in North Carolina. Maybe it's an agent in Texas.
Sure.
Well, we can apply what they're doing to our market right here. And I do like doing that kind of that recon through vidIQ to see what's working there. So those were the things. There was a few other things, but that was the main things that I took away there, Kev.
Oh, that's perfect, Bill. And so again, I know we went over a lot, and so I always really, encourage the agents to make an appointment with me, spend an hour with me on a screen share. Might not even take an hour, but we always schedule an hour. And of course, to do that, you just go to calendly.com, and it's actually just calendly.com/Alta Realty Group. And so literally go there, schedule an appointment with me, and let's go through this stuff together one-on-one. So guys, really appreciate Bill, Travis, you guys being on the line as always. Great insights. And agents, get out there, make it a productive week, and we'll see you guys next week on the webinar.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.